I've gotten a lot of guff for my interpretation of Saltburn. In fact, I made a video talking about how the film critiques the hyper-wealthy elite, and I had so many people telling me that I obviously didn't watch the movie or didn't understand it. So I wanted to lay out what I think is one of the most interesting themes. I can't say it's like the central theme of Saltburn. I think it's one of them. It's the theme that stood out most to me. And that is the theme of the dangers of the elite being the arbiters of authenticity. So let me explain what I mean by this. The Cattons see themselves as really knowing like what is real and good and authentic. We have the mother, Elsbeth, who sees herself as really abhors ugliness. And so she sees herself as being able to really discern what is ugly and what isn't. We have when Venetia says to Oliver, I get why Felix likes you. It's because you're so real. Everybody believes that they understand both Pamela and Oliver. In fact, they feel really sorry for Pamela, kind of, until Oliver is like, oh, she's lying. And immediately, Elizabeth switches and is like, oh, yes, I always thought that and knew it. They have to see themselves as seeing things as they really are. And when they don't, that's when they get angry. They don't get mad at Oliver. I should say Felix doesn't get mad at Oliver because Oliver is actually lower class and trying to like work his way up. He's mad at Oliver because he lied and he was not getting the experience that he thought he was getting of helping the poor person. That's why he's mad. It's not because he's upset that Oliver is living, conspicuously consuming their wealth. So Oliver throughout the whole film is being awful, but hiding it through lies. And all of the people who are the extremely wealthy, the Cattons, they are being awful, but they get to do it freely because that is the right of the hyper elite. You can be sincerely awful, and it's cute because, what are people going to do? This is shown when Felix sees that girl who's like, the other guy's been flirting with her all night, and then he gets up and he goes over there and goes away with the girl. And the guy's like, what the heck? The Cattons, they get to be sincerely awful without consequences, seemingly. Whereas the whole film, Oliver is hiding his sincerely awfulness until the end. That's why I think the final dance scene where we see Oliver in the buff is so essential. He is essentially finally, exposed. He's exposing himself, not just, visually his body, but he is exposing truly who he is. A lot of people didn't like the montage at the end where he explains everything. But that's an important moment for Oliver because he is finally displaying his authentic awfulness, something that he had to hide to get to where he was. Whereas the generationally wealthy do not have to hide their awfulness. They get the benefits regardless. And for me, that is one of the central themes of the film. There are others, but that's the one that stuck out to me most.